Hey, it's Ryan with QLZ and WQLZ Green Room. Back at it. We're talking to a band who is now on the last tour for tonight, or the last tour stop for tonight. Alyse and Oscar of LYLVC. They've been gracious enough to come back in, and hang out with both of us. How you doing?
Woo! I'm very excited to be here.
Doing great, doing great.
I know. Now you've had this long run, Alyse. You told me a little bit the routing you guys have kind of been on with Jairus Johnson, you've Under Fire, Butcher Babies. It's an interesting like collaboration of bands that are on this tour as well. It's cool, but you got to tell me about ShipRocked first because
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go on one. You both had you and the band had your first ShipRocked experience this year, I believe. So what is ShipRocked like, and what did you take away from it?
Holy crap. It's like really, really, really dedicated rock fans, like on the boat. And like, oh, all right. So it's ShipRocked in the Bahamas. We went to, it's like a full week. There's shows like on the stages on the boat. And then there's also shows off the boat, like when you dock in certain areas of the Bahamas, right? So um there's multiple different stages and so many bands were playing, like Hailstorm was there, Motionless in White, From Ashes to New, Death by Romy, um god, just so many bands. And anyway, so they actually rotate your music on the ship
Oh,
nonstop, all of the bands. So like even if you've never heard of Lilac before, you're when you get to see them finally, you're like, oh, I've heard this song like a billion times when I was in the hot tub, right? Like they all know your lyrics and stuff, and it's really really exciting because like especially after the first time you play, then everybody knows you. And that way, when you're eating like randomly, like you're just eating your breakfast on the ship or you're grabbing your coffee, they're like, Alyse, Lilac, hey, and so you get recognized everywhere, and it was a really great experience. And there's a karaoke. We hosted
I,
Lilac
s-
hosted bingo night. We
I saw
hosted
you do some karaoke.
yeah,
I saw you do some karaoke. Yeah.
I did. And then Oscar, yeah, and we hosted bingo night, which was really cool. And we actually gave away. All right, they had gifts for people.
Mhm.
It was like gift cards or something. I don't remember, but we also like gave away like dinner in the private artist lounge
Ooh.
with Lilac. And that I thought that was like a cool like experience to give people because they're like sitting like 2 feet away from like all of the artists that like are huge to them. So I don't know. I thought that was really cool. Oscar, what about you?
Oh my God, it was a nonstop party, the entire time. 7 days of just like go 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 go. And if you saw Elise at karaoke, the level of inebriation is in question, right? And the fun we were having is definitely, all over the place. It was a great time. We were all having a blast. But yeah, I mean, Elise absolutely hit the nail on the head. It was incredible. Like these are die-hard fans on Shiprock, like there to just have a blast, like hang out, have a good time. And us as like the up and comers, first time on Shiprock, like a newer band. It was fun to like play celebrity for a little while, and
Yeah.
like everywhere we go on the trip, it's like, oh, Oscar, like let's take a picture, like at least like let's do shots or like this, that, or whatever. So it was really cool to just kind of like get to be completely surrounded by like events and music and
Mhm.
fans, and like we got to see some incredible new acts as well, some new bands that I got introduced to. So I mean, I was having just as much of a fun time as all the fans were, I'm sure.
Yeah. So if you don't know, Alyse does a very good job of taking care of her voice when she's on tour and everything else. So Oscar, I saw it was a little bit of inebriated karaoke. I know Alyse had some stuff on there. So
Yeah, we
Alyse,
did have to sing a couple days around that.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right. You guys, the fans know this. I never drink if I have
Mhm.
to sing the next day because I have so many high notes. I'm very particular with my voice. But on the ship, you only play twice.
Okay.
So like you're there for 7 days. So if the like after I sang, I was like, all right, I guess I can have some drinks because I don't have to sing for another 3 days, right? So it was yeah, I made some exceptions.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I know you've always been very particular about that, but it's good though. I mean, it's a good thing to take care of your voice. And Oscar, you mentioned getting to see some new acts that maybe were new to you guys. So who were some of the other bands on tour? I mean, you guys do such a great job of posting so much stuff on social media, videos, stories. You're where you're playing. I mean, it's packed in there. It's packed in there, and people are shouting. I'm sure you're getting people to shout and do videos with you about getting Lilac to come back on ShipRocked and everything, and everybody's into it. So who are some of the other bands that both of you saw where you're like, maybe I didn't know a ton about them, but now I'm a fan of?
For me, I gotta shout them out. Like I got a couple like right off the top of the dome. The 68. If you've
Yeah.
never heard of them,
Yeah.
oh, dude,
Awesome.
they're so killer. And I was actually sad to hear that they announced a farewell tour recently. So I'm definitely going to be catching them as they come through the area. I think it's in May, so I'm already planning dates. And then Unity TX was also incredible. This like new metal, like hard rock guys like that are out of Texas. We actually had the opportunity to hang out with Kendrick, who's out in Dallas after ShipRocked, actually, because we were touring through the area. Unity TX was awesome. Like those guys throw down. They have a super cool message behind them, and they just like get the crowd moving and moshing. So it's so much fun there. Pretty Wild was really cool too as well. Got to meet them, hang out with them for a little while. Death by Romy, I didn't get to meet her, watch her perform, and I was also very intimidated when we were at the gym because I went to work out. Like I tried to stay on my regimen,
Yeah.
like while I was on ShipRocked, like keeping up at the gym, and I saw her there, and I was like, I want to say hi, but you're cool, and I'm not that cool, so I'll see you later. Like you're cool, and that's whatever. Like we'll do things later. But yeah, I mean, like it could go on. And then I got to get on the stage with Suicidal Tendencies.
Oh, nice.
And like, yeah, dude, it was the main stage. And like, I mean, it's Suicidal Tendencies. Like, that's like history, kind of like historic band right there. I was like, I'm going to get the chance to just like hop on stage with them and throw down a little bit. Like, I'm not going to not do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, bunch of names there. Alyse.
I mean, well, joke's on you. I got her phone number so I can get coffee with Death by Romy now that I'm back home. No, yeah, she was super cool, actually. She's very chill. I thought that it was cool seeing some of the stowaways too. So like Brandon from Atreyu. I don't know if you remember this, but like back when Lilac first started, baby, we started touring with Atreyu, like he was one of our first, he was our second tour ever. So getting to see Brandon on the ship, and he was covering like Last Resort by Papa Roach and stuff.
Nice.
Like he did a really great job. And then some of the Conquer Divide girls were there. Yeah, I don't know. It was really exciting to meet people not only in the artist lounge, but also just like get to know everybody. Like we're all standing side stage and we're all supporting all the other bands. Like we were all like rocking out with everybody. So it was really good. It was really good.
I know it was cool, and I'm glad you all shared so many photos and videos from that. So it was cool to be able to see a little bit of it and take it on in. You guys have a new track out. We've had in there a spotlight with all of you. You're on 9 o'clock new this week. Starless with Bobby from Saliva. Now, obviously, if people don't know much about Lilac, obviously you both sing, both with vocals. What was it like adding a third person doing vocals onto the track, and kind of how that kind of all work itself out?
Well, the cool thing about this song is Oscar and I already wrote the lyrics, and we already wrote the vocals and everything like that prior to even bringing Bobby on. Like we had this song in our arsenal, if you will, before we got signed. And so after Barely Human, because we just released Barely Human, and it like got, I think, in like the top 40 for like active rock charts and stuff. And so we were like, okay, which one's next, right? And so the label was listening to our songs, and they heard, and Neil, the drummer of 3 Days Grace, he founded Judge and Jury with Howard Benson. Neil heard Starless and said, I got goosebumps. Like this song speaks to me. I feel emotions from it. Like it he said, I haven't felt this way about a song in a really long time. And he was just really like, this is it. Like this is your next song. And so they thought that bringing on Bobby with Saliva's background and with Bobby's background and stuff, that it could just make the awareness of Lilac even bigger for our next release, right? And so Bobby had it easy. He got to sing some of my chorus that I had already written, and then he got to duet back and forth with Oscar on a rap that Oscar had already written in the bridge. So it actually worked out pretty well. What do you think, Oscar? Same thing?
Yeah, no, Yeah. I think it was really cool. Kind of like Alyse said, like we just to join judge and jury, like looking for ways to collaborate. And I think that's a really cool thing that judge and jury does actually is look for collabs, right? I think that comes from a very like more like rap and hip hop industry, like looking how to like do features and collabs and stuff like that. And it's been really cool to watch judge and jury like try to meld all the different team members they have on their team to kind of bring a different edge. And so Bobby's super cool. We've known him for a little while now and got to tour with him when we were in tour for Saliva. Yeah, and so we basically became a little family before we were a little family. And so we've already toured with the family, and so bringing him on just felt like easy next step for us to like the next cool thing we get to do with the label, with Saliva and with the team. And I think he adds a really cool grit and a really unique energy to the chorus as well, along with Alyse, like them matching energies and just kind of bringing an extra edge in, which, you know, obviously we try to do, you know, with our music that we do, you know, very much approach in a very emotional, you know, talking about our life experiences kind of way, and then also really trying to bring a like strong edge to it. And I think Bobby did a great job of that.
Yeah. So Starless is a really heartfelt song that to Oscar. And so I think the main thing that we wanted was if we're going to bring a feature on, that Oscar still gets to tell his story, because otherwise it's going to take away from the meaning of the song, you know? So I think it was good that Bobby was like singing the chorus and stuff with me, right? Because then that way Oscar can still tell his story of what Starless means to him.
You mentioned, you know, Oscar still getting to tell his story. You're a duo vocalist band, you know, and sometimes lead singers can be a little full of themselves. Sometimes I'm not saying either one of you are, but, and I can't remember if we talked about this last time, but you know, the two of you like writing together, doing lyrics together. What's the process like for the two of you for collaborating? Because you know, you've done so many interviews together. This is now your second interview you've done with me together, and you two, you know, always in a great mood, getting along and everything else. So kind of that balancing act of both of you writing vocals and both of you being, you know, front and center stage.
Yeah. So like Cam writes the instrumentals, our keyboardist writes the instrumentals, and then he sends us the music. And I think the biggest part that Oscar and I both rely on is what emotion are we feeling from this song? Like, so we listen to it a couple times and like, does it make us angry? Does it make us sad? Do we feel empowered? Do we feel like rocking people's face off? Like what is the feeling right now? And then once we have that emotion down, then Oscar thinks of something in his life that made him feel that emotion. And then I think of something in my life that made me feel that emotion, right? And then we start writing and collaborating together and picking out what sections sound best for the song. I think it's important for us to kind of remove our egos and try to see what's best for the song at that time, right? But yeah, I think so. Even with Starless, for example, Oscar, I don't know if you want to talk about what Starless means to you, but then I can kind of tag on like how I came up with my verse, which is, you know, it's like we tell the same story from two different perspectives, and we have different stories, we have different backgrounds, but we're still telling the same story. So Oscar, do you want to talk about what Starless means to you?
Yeah, sure. I will, even to begin kind of like the process of writing lyrics together, right? I think a big thing that Alyse and I do is like we don't let each other cut corners. I think we can be very like tough on each other, which with an ego can put it in check, right? Like obviously we're both front people. We both like the front of the stage. We both like the light, you know what I mean? And I think part of like our desire to kind of like show off each in our own light and bounce off each other kind of brings this like electric energy on stage and in the music that like kind of explodes when like the music finally comes together. And so for Starless specifically, that was actually a story I had written about my attempt to take my own life 7 years ago when I had turned 25. Basically, I had, you know, decided that was it. I went to a hotel room, didn't tell anyone where I was going, and went with a pill bottle full of pills and a fifth of Jack, and was like, okay, this is my last party, and I'm going out this way. And I call it my biggest failure that I'm the most grateful for. because it gave me the opportunity to kind of continue on and share that story, at least for a lot of people. And on this tour so far, it's been really beautiful to actually watch my vision for the song like come to fruition and see that community of people being like, yes, I've been affected by suicide, or my family has been. I've gone through it myself. My friends have, and like legitimately see that there are people who, won't let you feel like you're alone out there. They're telling you like, and I think that was the whole message behind the song, is what we wanted to say is like, whatever you're going through, you're not alone. You shouldn't feel alone. There's this like false sense of hope that can come from being in that place in life, and there are other people who have felt that too. So it should never feel like there's like no way out.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it's important, like the line in Starless where it's like, when the sky is feeling starless, I'll be the light inside your darkness. The nights when you die, or the nights when you're too weak to stand up for yourself or fight for yourself, like we can be there to fight with you because you're not alone, like basically. And I think my verse is about my own upbringing and what I've gone through, and there are days that are starless. But it's important to know that you're not alone in those moments, and they can always reach out to Lilac. We'll fight for them on the days that they can't fight for themselves.
Exactly. I know you will. And again, it's always cool getting to hear more about it, and love hearing more in depth about how you two write together. I know filming the music video was kind of a hectic thing. I know the music video is not out here yet. Again, you all do a great job of showing a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and I think that's when you are a newer band and you're getting up and coming, and I think even from when the three of us talked, a little over a year ago, from where you were then to where you are now, and seeing the increase of followers, the increase of engagement on socials, it's cool to see that behind the scenes stuff. So are you able to say, one, when the video is out, and two, would you like to take me and our audience through being on tour, driving to do this photo shoot, and then going to another show that night? How that kind of like that 12 to, I guess, 24 hours kind of went.
We did do that. We did do that. It was
it was
one day as a show. Oscar,
it was crazy. It was crazy. I mean, I don't think we've ever done anything like that, and I hope we never have to again, because it was pure insanity. So the video is in the final stages of being worked on. So we're expecting a release later this month, if not early April. And so we're absolutely working with our team to figure out like the specific way we want to put that out, because we're super excited about the song itself. I mean, we have so much passion and energy behind it. We want to make sure it's like gonna smack when it does come out. But I mean, to give you an idea of the energy that went into shooting that video, we had played the night before in Florida. I think it was in Tampa. Yeah, I think it was in Tampa the night before, and had to drive, I think it was 9 hours through the night to start the video shoot at 6 a.m. The next day. So we had, and mind you, at this point, so if you haven't been following along too long, our RV broke down about a week before this in Denver, like right outside of Denver. Engine blew up. We're going through the mountains. We're trying to make it through the snow. It's snowing all around us. Like, it's craziness. And all of a sudden we hear like gears grinding on gears, and our engine is done. And our RV is like on the side of the road, totaled. Find out that the engine completely gone. There's no fixing it. It has to get completely replaced. So after that, we're sprinter vanning it for the next 2 weeks, taking us to Tampa. So now we're in a sprinter van driving ourselves, mind you. Our driver had to stay back with the RV to make sure it got where it needed to go. And now we're driving ourselves. So we're just like trading out shifts, making it 9 hours after having played a show in a sprinter van. There's no beds. There's no like real comfort in any way, to get to Atlanta at 6 a.m. to start makeup, wardrobe, like get the camera set up, get up with the directors, discuss like the plan for the video shoot that day. And we immediately had to shoot, because little did we know, we basically had 6 hours between 6 a.m. and noon to shoot that video. And then from there, immediately go to play in Atlanta that night.
We had to be loading by 3 p.m. So we had
crazy.
to get done out of the studio by 1 p.m.
And you were like Alyse was very much sparkly and had.
I wasn't starless at all, baby. I had
know.
glitter everywhere.
I know.
Yeah.
They very much had you done up for this video, and I was like, I'm sure she had to probably sit there for a little while to get this all done.
No, yeah. I mean, there were two MUAs working on me.
Okay.
On me, it was good. It was really good.
So end of this month, early next month, we'll have the Starless video. We've got it for you on here right now with QLZ. Last stop tonight in Hollywood, Whiskey A Go-Go this evening with Jairus Johnson and I think Eve Under Fire. No, I think they had to go back because I know they had some vehicle trouble on their own. Butcher Babies tonight. So how does it feel being at the end of this tour? Obviously, you've fit in music videos, you've lost the RV, but what's
the RV back? Excuse me.
You do have it back. I'm sorry.
Yes, we were in for only 2 weeks, and it's been a 6 tour.
Right. So there was a video at one point of you driving it like a maniac. Like I know there's a video of somewhere you going nuts and behind the wheel. So I was curious how the RV got damaged. But what's it kind of been like the good parts of this tour and it wrapping up tonight?
No, I'm stoked, man. I think it's been a long tour, and it really showed the band's resilience. I think like a lot of bands would have given up multiple times along this tour, but we got a new engine. We were able to get in a Bandigo Sprinter van. We were able to come together and have some of our band members switch shifts and drive all throughout the night so we can make it. We never missed one single show. It just shows our resilience as a band and as us as people being able to come together to the show must go on kind of attitude, right? We got it done. And I think that today, we're ending in Hollywood and our label's going to be there and our radio people, our radio rep, he's going to be there and our booking agency is going to be there. Everybody's going to be there. So it's we're going to be able to celebrate with our family, and Butcher Babies is on our label. So nice. They're excited, that everybody's coming too. So yeah, it's just going to be a final, family night, and then we can go home for a little bit. And then we have MMR BQ in Camden, New Jersey with I think it's
Godsmack on there. Yep.
Alice Cooper, Everclear, and then we're in Rocklahoma later on in September, and then we'll be planning some sort of tour sometime in this fall or winter. So we'll see everybody very soon.
Awesome. What else is coming for music? Obviously, we don't want to rush Starless, but any other plans for music, albums, EPs? What can you say?
Well, after you bring Starless to number one, obviously Starless goes number one first, right. And then after that, Oscar and I, we have some unreleased music already that we just need to make the label all right, listen to these next, okay. I think it's really funny because Howard, he's a really, really busy, legendary producer. And then you have Neil from 3 Days Grace, and he's actively touring. So it's hey guys, listen to this song. Hey, listen to this song, but then we're also actively writing too. So there's some songs that we started before the tour that we get to finish and stuff now that the tour is done. And we get to figure out which one's the next one.
There you go. Where can everybody follow the band? Obviously Rocklahoma's coming up. And our barbecue that they've got, so some big festival dates, obviously more touring. So we're going to follow you guys and socials, website, all that stuff to keep up to date with everything you're doing.
Yeah, LYLVC on everything you see. We are absolutely on everything: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, all the deep websites that only Alyse knows about because she's a hacker and only the underground stuff. She's put us there too to make sure that we're not going to get missed anywhere. But LYLVC, everywhere you see, we're the only thing you're going to find.
There you go. Just hack the song to number one. There you go. Just hack everything and just put it number one. And everybody would be like, who's not on the song will be like, I should have gotten on this already.
I would totally do that, but also at the same time, I want to be able to feel my music did something. It touched people. So I'd rather it be real. Sure.
But also she would totally do that.
I could do it, but I won't.
You can hang that over a lot of people's heads. I love it. You can hang that over a lot of people's heads. So have a great final show tonight. Whiskey A Go-Go, legendary venue out in LA. It's where you're all playing tonight. And I'm sure we'll talk to you More this year. You can hear Starless 9 o'clock new this week. You'll start hearing it more on QLZ upcoming soon as well. So Alyse and Oscar, it was good seeing you both. Thank you.
Casey, thanks for having us.